We are taught that this change in the world was a natural product of the industrial and scientific revolution, that the confluence of banking, industry, and the sustained and effective use of the scientific method reached a tipping point, driving a dramatic explosion of technology. Yet, outside of secular thought, today most major religions have struggled and for the most part failed to grapple with these changes. This presents a grave challenge, since how the human species collectively manages these changes will determine the very viability of most of the life on this planet. Thus, the values and institutions of human society, which inform our collective decisions, such as religion, morality, and governance, matter more than ever, and their failure to manage these changes can have dire consequences. If ever divine guidance was needed, the time is now. The birth of the Transcendentalist movement had itself echoes of this need for guidance when in 1838 Ralph Waldo Emerson famously addressed the Harvard Divinity School and said, "I look for the hour when that supreme beauty which ravished the souls of those Eastern men, and chiefly those of the Hebrews, and through their lips spoke oracles to all time, shall speak in the West also. I look for the new teacher that shall follow so far those shining laws that he shall see them come full circle, shall see the world to be the mirror of the soul, shall see the identity of the law of gravitation with purity of heart, and shall show that duty is one thing with science, with beauty, and with joy." The Transcendentalist movement drew on the Judeo-Christian mysticism, as well as beyond to Hindu and Islamic religious traditions. Emerson's observation was, I think, rooted in this curious expectation which exists in all of the great religions, that foreshadow an important and convulsive event for humanity. For example, the Sanskrit scriptures speak of the end of the Kali Yuga and the appearance of the 10th avatar. Buddhism, which grew out of Hinduism, await the coming 5th Buddha. Zoroastrians await the coming of Shah Brahman, and Muslims, like Jews and Christians, await the Messiah and the Day of Judgment. What Emerson was probably sensitive to, but is little known today, was that in the late 18th and early 19th century, this expectation grew very acute, when a renaissance of messianic expectations erupted all over the Christian and Islamic world. In the Christian world, these expectations were known as the Second Great Awakening. Many Christians were awaiting a great change in human affairs. A large number of them were convinced that this would occur around the middle of the 19th century. In 1818, William Miller, a lay Baptist minister from Massachusetts, after careful study of the book of Daniel in the Bible, had determined that by about 1844, all the affairs of our present state would be wound up. A similar sort of expectation even led a group of Protestant Germans, known as the Templars, to move to Haifa in present-day Israel in 1868 to await the descent of Christ. Of course, when they did not observe him physically descend from the heavens as expected, most abandoned these beliefs. And this event, to this day, is known as the Great Disappointment. However, remnants of the effects of this expectation remain to this day in churches and religions like the Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, and the Mormon Church.